Question 1. A project team is struggling with frequent changes to requirements, and stakeholders are unsure of the final product vision. Which of the following approaches would be most suitable to manage this uncertainty and deliver value incrementally? A. Adopt a predictive, plan-driven approach with a detailed project plan and strict change control. B. Implement an agile approach focusing on iterative development and frequent stakeholder feedback. C. Delegate all requirement definition to the project sponsor to reduce team burden. D. Pause the project until all requirements are fully defined and approved by all stakeholders. Answer: B. Implement an agile approach focusing on iterative development and frequent stakeholder feedback. Explanation: An agile approach is best suited for projects with high uncertainty and evolving requirements because it embraces change through iterative development and continuous feedback loops. By delivering small, usable increments, the team can quickly incorporate stakeholder feedback and adapt the product vision as it evolves, ensuring that the delivered solution remains relevant and valuable. For example, building a new software application incrementally allows users to test features early and suggest improvements before the entire system is built, preventing costly rework. Remember that when requirements are unclear, adaptability beats rigidity every time. Question 2. A project manager is conducting a meeting to identify potential risks and opportunities for a new project. Which of the following tools or techniques would be most appropriate for this activity? A. Earned value analysis, EVA. B. Brainstorming. C. Regression analysis. D. Control charts. Answer: B. Brainstorming. Explanation: Brainstorming is a powerful technique for identifying potential risks and opportunities by encouraging free-form idea generation from a group of people. It allows the team to collaboratively explore various scenarios, threats, and upsides associated with the project without initial judgment. For instance, during a new product launch, a team might brainstorm potential risks like supply chain delays or opportunities like unexpected market demand. Always remember that broad input in the early stages can uncover many hidden issues or advantages. Question 3. In a Scrum environment, which role is primarily responsible for maximizing the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team? A. The Scrum Master. B. The Project Manager. C. The Product Owner. D. The Stakeholder. Answer: C. The Product Owner. Explanation: The Product Owner is the sole person responsible for maximizing the value of the product and the work of the development team in a Scrum context. This involves effectively managing the product backlog, ensuring its clarity, transparency, and the order of items, and making sure the development team understands the items to the necessary level. For example, a product owner for a new mobile app would prioritize features like user login before advanced analytics to ensure core functionality is delivered first and provides immediate value. Always keep in mind that the product owner acts as the voice of the customer and business within the team. Question 4. A project manager is reviewing a project's performance and notes that the Cost Performance Index, CPI, is 0.85 and the Schedule Performance Index, SPI, is 0.90. What do these values indicate? A. The project is ahead of schedule and under budget. B. The project is behind schedule and over budget. C. The project is ahead of schedule and over budget. D. The project is behind schedule and under budget. Answer: B. The project is behind schedule and over budget. Explanation: A CPI of 0.85 indicates that for every dollar spent, only 85 cents of work has been earned, meaning the project is over budget. An SPI of 0.90 indicates that only 90% of the planned work has been completed relative to the schedule, meaning the project is behind schedule. For example, if a project planned to complete 10 tasks by now but only finished 9, and spent more money than anticipated for those 9, this aligns with the given CPI and SPI. When both CPI and SPI are less than 1, it's a clear signal that corrective actions are needed to get back on track. Question 5. Which of the following best describes the primary purpose of a sprint review in Scrum? A. To inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog if needed. B. To plan the work to be performed in the upcoming sprint. C. To discuss lessons learned and identify process improvements. D. To formally approve the completed sprint and disband the team. Answer: A. To inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog if needed. Explanation: the sprint review is a key Scrum event held at the end of the sprint to inspect the increment, the usable, potentially releasable product of the sprint, and to adapt the product backlog. It is a collaborative working session where the development team demonstrates what they have built, and stakeholders provide feedback, which helps refine the product backlog for future sprints. For example, if a team demonstrates a new search feature, users might suggest adding filters, leading to new items in the product backlog. Always remember that the sprint review is about transparency and adapting to create the right product. Question 6. A project manager discovers that a critical component needed for the project will be delayed by 3 weeks due to unforeseen manufacturing issues. Which of the following risk response strategies is being observed, and what action should the project manager consider? A. Exploit, look for ways to benefit from the delay. B. Mitigate, develop a workaround or find an alternative supplier. C. Share, transfer part of the risk to a third party. D. Accept, proceed with the original plan and hope for the best. Answer: B. Mitigate, develop a workaround or find an alternative supplier. Explanation: mitigate is a risk response strategy that aims to reduce the probability or impact of a negative risk event to an acceptable threshold. In this scenario, facing a critical component delay, the project manager should actively seek ways to lessen the impact, such as finding an alternative supplier, using a temporary substitute, or resequencing tasks. For instance, if a specific server part is delayed, a mitigation strategy might involve leasing a temporary server or using cloud-based alternatives until the part arrives. Always remember that mitigation requires proactive steps to reduce the severity of a threat. Question 7. According to the PMBOK Guide 7th edition, which performance domain focuses on establishing and maintaining a collaborative relationship with project stakeholders? A. Planning performance domain. B. Project work performance domain. C. Measurement performance domain. D. Stakeholder performance domain. Answer: D. Stakeholder performance domain. Explanation: the stakeholder performance domain, as defined in the PMBOK Guide 7th edition, focuses explicitly on activities and functions associated with engaging effectively with project stakeholders. This domain emphasizes understanding their interests, concerns, and influence, and developing strategies to foster productive relationships that contribute to project success. For example, regularly scheduling meetings with key stakeholders to discuss progress and gather feedback falls within this domain. Always remember that active and effective stakeholder engagement is crucial for navigating complexities and ensuring project acceptance. Question 8. A large organization is transitioning to Agile methodologies for its software development projects. The new Agile teams are struggling with cross-functional collaboration and knowledge sharing. Which of the following Agile concepts would best address these challenges? A. Dedicated project managers for each team. B. Co-location and daily stand-ups. C. Centralized decision-making. D. Individual performance bonuses. Answer: B. Co-location and daily stand-ups. Explanation: Co-location, where team members work in the same physical space, and daily stand-ups, also known as daily scrums, are fundamental Agile practices that foster strong communication and collaboration. Co-location enables immediate face-to-face interaction and informal knowledge sharing, while daily stand-ups provide a quick, focused way for the team to synchronize activities, identify impediments, and plan work for the next 24 hours. For example, an Agile team working in the same room can quickly resolve issues by simply turning to each other, and their 15-minute daily sync ensures everyone knows the day's priorities. Remember that direct communication and frequent synchronization are cornerstones of effective Agile teamwork. Question 9. A project manager needs to estimate the duration of an activity where there is a high degree of uncertainty. Which estimation technique uses optimistic, pessimistic, and most likely estimates to calculate a weighted average? A. Analogous estimating. B. Bottom-up estimating. C. Three-point estimating, e.g., PERT. D. Expert judgment. Answer: C. Three-point estimating, e.g., PERT. Explanation: three-point estimating, often associated with the program evaluation and review technique, PERT, is a technique that uses three estimates, optimistic, O, pessimistic, P, and most likely, M, to arrive at a more realistic and weighted average for activity duration or cost. This method accounts for uncertainty by considering a range of possibilities rather than a single point estimate. For instance, if a task might take 4 days, optimistic, 6 days, most likely, or 14 days, pessimistic, PERT provides a statistically sound average, typically, O plus 4 M plus P/6. This approach helps in building more reliable schedules and budgets by acknowledging inherent variability. Question 10. During which phase of the project lifecycle is the project charter typically developed and approved? A. Planning. B. Executing. C. Initiating. D. Closing. Answer: C. Initiating. Explanation: the project charter is a foundational document typically developed and approved during the initiating process group or phase of the project lifecycle. It formally authorizes the existence of a project, provides the project manager with the authority to apply organizational resources, and links the project to the organization's strategic objectives. For example, before any detailed planning begins for a new product, a project charter is created and signed by the sponsor to give the project manager the green light and define the high-level scope. Remember, the project charter is the official birth certificate of your project. Question 11. A project team is experiencing ongoing conflicts over task assignments and decision-making authority. According to Tuckman's stages of team development, which stage is the team most likely in? A. Forming. B. Storming. C. Norming. D. Performing. Answer: B. Storming. Explanation: the storming stage in Tuckman's model is characterized by conflict, disagreement, and struggles over roles, responsibilities, and leadership within the team. This is a natural phase as team members assert their individuality and adapt to working together. For instance, a new project team might debate who should lead a particular task or how decisions should be made, causing initial friction. Recognizing this stage helps a project manager facilitate healthy conflict resolution and guide the team towards greater cohesion. Question 12. A project manager is dealing with a significant scope change request during project execution that will impact the project schedule and budget. What is the most appropriate action to take first? A. Implement the change immediately to satisfy the stakeholder. B. Reject the change request as it will cause delays. C. Follow the integrated change control process. D. Update the project management plan without formal approval. Answer: C. Follow the integrated change control process. Explanation: when a significant scope change request arises, the most appropriate action is to follow the integrated change control process. This process ensures that all change requests are formally reviewed, analyzed for their impact on project objectives, scope, schedule, cost, quality, risk, and then approved or rejected by authorized individuals. For example, a request to add a major new feature to a software project would go through a formal review by a change control board, ensuring all implications are understood before a decision is made. This disciplined approach prevents scope creep and maintains project control. Question 13. Which of the following is not a core value of the Agile Manifesto? A. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. B. Comprehensive documentation over working software. C. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. D. Responding to change over following a plan. Answer: B. Comprehensive documentation over working software. Explanation: the Agile Manifesto values working software over comprehensive documentation, meaning while documentation has its place, the primary focus is on delivering functional software that provides immediate value. The other options are all core values of the Agile Manifesto, emphasizing people, customer involvement, and adaptability. For instance, an Agile team prioritizes delivering a testable version of a product over spending months writing detailed design specifications. This core value highlights the Agile emphasis on tangible results and rapid feedback rather than extensive upfront paperwork. Question 14. A project manager wants to ensure that all requirements are clearly understood and formally agreed upon by stakeholders before development begins. Which document is crucial for achieving this goal in a predictive project? A. Project Charter. B. Activity List. C. Requirements Traceability Matrix. D. Work Breakdown Structure, WBS. Answer: C. Requirements Traceability Matrix. Explanation: the Requirements Traceability Matrix, RTM, is a document that links requirements to their origin and traces them throughout the project life cycle, ensuring that all approved requirements are delivered. It helps manage requirements changes, verifies that all requirements are met, and supports project scope validation by providing a clear audit trail. For example, if a requirement is to have a user login feature, the RTM would link it to a specific business need, design document, test case, and ultimately, the delivered code. This matrix helps maintain focus and ensures that every requirement is accounted for. Question 15. What is the primary purpose of a daily stand-up, daily Scrum, in an Agile project? A. To report progress to the project manager. B. To plan the work for the upcoming sprint. C. To synchronize activities and make commitments for the next 24 hours. D. To resolve all team conflicts and technical issues. Answer: C. To synchronize activities and make commitments for the next 24 hours. Explanation: the primary purpose of a daily stand-up, or daily Scrum, is for the development team to synchronize their activities and plan for the next 24 hours. It's a brief, time-boxed event where each team member shares what they did yesterday, what they will do today, and any impediments they face, fostering transparency and quick problem identification. For example, a team member might say, "Yesterday I finished Module A, today I'll start B, I'm blocked on X." This short sync helps the team collaboratively manage their work to achieve the sprint goal. Question 16. A project manager is evaluating potential vendors for a complex, high-risk component that requires specialized expertise. Which contract type would best transfer the most risk to the seller? A. Cost plus fixed fee, CPFF. B. Time and material, TNM. C. Fixed price, FP. D. Cost plus incentive fee, CPIF. Answer: C. Fixed price, FP. Explanation. A fixed price, FP, contract places the greatest risk on the seller because the seller agrees to perform the work for a predetermined, fixed amount, regardless of the actual costs incurred. This type of contract is suitable when the scope of work is clearly defined and stable, as any cost overruns beyond the agreed price become the seller's responsibility. For example, if you hire a contractor to build a house for a fixed price, any unexpected costs like material price increases are absorbed by them. This contract type motivates the seller to control costs and deliver efficiently. Question 17. The project team is frequently experiencing communication breakdowns and misunderstandings. Which of the following factors should the project manager analyze to improve communication effectiveness? A. The number of communication channels. B. The project budget. C. The team's preferred social media platforms. D. The number of project risks. Answer. A. The number of communication channels. Explanation. The number of potential communication channels significantly impacts project communication complexity and can lead to breakdowns if not managed effectively. As the number of stakeholders, N, increases, the number of potential communication channels grows exponentially using the formula N*N1/2. A project manager should analyze how these channels are used, ensuring clarity and appropriateness for the audience, rather than just increasing their number. For example, a team of 5 has 10 potential channels, while a team of 10 has 45, making structured communication crucial. Effective communication planning is vital for managing this complexity. Question 18. In a PMP context, what is the primary output of the plan quality management process? A. Quality control measurements. B. Quality report. C. Quality management plan. D. Verified deliverables. Answer. C. Quality management plan. Explanation. The primary output of the plan quality management process is the quality management plan. This plan details how the project will achieve the required quality levels, including quality standards, metrics, processes, and responsibilities. It provides a roadmap for ensuring that the project's deliverables and processes meet stakeholder expectations and established criteria. For example, it might specify that all software modules must pass 95% of automated tests before release. This plan serves as a foundational document for all subsequent quality activities. Question 19. A project manager notices that a particular stakeholder is consistently late with approvals and provides vague feedback. Which stakeholder engagement approach should the project manager consider to improve this situation? A. Increase formal written communication. B. Provide more detailed technical reports. C. Schedule more frequent one-on-one meetings to clarify expectations and build rapport. D. Exclude the stakeholder from future decision-making. Answer. C. Schedule more frequent one-on-one meetings to clarify expectations and build rapport. Explanation. When a stakeholder provides vague feedback or delays approvals, a direct, personal approach like frequent one-on-one meetings can be highly effective. This allows the project manager to actively listen, understand the stakeholder's underlying concerns or constraints, clarify expectations, and build trust and rapport. For example, rather than just sending emails, a project manager might schedule a 15-minute call to walk through a document and get immediate, actionable feedback. This personalized attention often uncovers communication barriers and fosters better engagement. Question 20. Which of the following is a key focus of the Delivery Performance domain in the PMBOK Guide 7th edition? A. Defining project scope and requirements. B. Managing the flow of value throughout the project. C. Developing the team's skills and competencies. D. Controlling project costs and budget variances. Answer: B. Managing the flow of value throughout the project. Explanation: the delivery performance domain in the PMBOK Guide's 7th edition focuses on the processes and activities associated with delivering the project's scope and quality, particularly on managing the flow of value. It emphasizes getting the work done efficiently and effectively, ensuring that deliverables are produced and meet acceptance criteria. For example, this domain ensures that the project team is consistently creating and releasing functional software increments or constructing physical assets that contribute to the overall project objective. It's all about ensuring that the project effectively moves from concept to tangible outcomes that provide benefits. Question 21. An Agile team is performing a retrospective after a sprint. Which of the following questions is most relevant for identifying areas for process improvement? A. What went well during the sprint? B. What will we do in the next sprint? C. What is the total cost of the sprint? D. Who is responsible for the delays in the sprint? Answer: A. What went well during the sprint? Explanation: the question, what went well during the sprint, is a crucial part of an Agile retrospective, as it helps the team identify successful practices that they should continue or amplify. While other questions like, what could be improved, and, what will we commit to doing differently, are also asked, reflecting on successes provides positive reinforcement and highlights effective workflows. For example, discovering that pairing on complex tasks improved code quality helps the team commit to more pairing in future sprints. Retrospectives are about continuous learning and adaptation, not just fixing problems. Question 22. A project manager needs to communicate complex technical details to both technical experts and non-technical stakeholders. Which communication method would be most effective for tailoring the message to different audiences? A. Mass email distribution to all stakeholders. B. A single, comprehensive technical report. C. Multiple communication channels and customized messages. D. Rely solely on informal, ad hoc conversations. Answer: C. Multiple communication channels and customized messages. Explanation: to effectively communicate complex technical details to diverse audiences, a project manager should use multiple communication channels and customized messages. This involves tailoring the content, language, and level of detail to suit the receiver's understanding and needs. For example, a detailed technical specification might be sent to engineers, while a high-level summary focusing on benefits and impact is presented verbally or in a brief document to executives. Adapting your message to the audience ensures clarity and avoids misunderstandings. Question 23. Which document outlines the policies, procedures, and documentation that will be used for planning, executing, and controlling project costs? A. Project budget. B. Cost management plan. C. Earned value management plan. D. Funding requirements. Answer: B. Cost management plan. Explanation: the cost management plan is a component of the project management plan that describes how project costs will be planned, structured, and controlled. It sets the guidelines for estimating, budgeting, managing, monitoring, and controlling project costs. For example, it defines the level of precision for cost estimates, the reporting formats, and the rules for measuring cost performance. This plan ensures consistency and control over all financial aspects of the project. Question 24. A Scrum team has completed their sprint and is ready to show the completed work. The product owner believes the work is done, but some stakeholders raise concerns about minor defects. What should be the definition of done for the team? A. When the product owner approves the work. B. When the development team believes the work is complete. C. A formal description of the state of the increment when it meets the quality measures required for the product. D. When the sprint backlog items are all marked as finished. Answer: C. A formal description of the state of the increment when it meets the quality measures required for the product. Explanation. The definition of done is a formal, shared understanding within the Scrum team of what it means for work to be complete and meet the required quality measures. It's a critical commitment that ensures transparency and consistency, guiding the development team in knowing when an increment is truly ready for release and helping stakeholders understand what to expect. For example, a definition of done might include code reviewed, tested, documented, and integrated. Without a clear definition of done, there's ambiguity about quality and completeness. Question 25. A project manager is concerned about the potential for scope creep on a new project. Which of the following processes or documents would be most effective in preventing unauthorized changes to the project scope? A. Develop project charter. B. Create WBS. C. Perform integrated change control. D. Estimate activity durations. Answer. C. Perform integrated change control. Explanation. Performing integrated change control is the process of reviewing all change requests, approving changes, and managing changes to deliverables, organizational process assets, project documents, and the project management plan. It is crucial for preventing scope creep by ensuring that all proposed changes are formally evaluated for their impact and either approved or rejected by authorized individuals. For example, if a stakeholder requests a new feature not in the original plan, this process ensures it doesn't get added without proper assessment and approval, keeping the project on track.